Hey guys, Ernie here, and I am back. I know it's been like a month or two since I've made a video. It's been so long. Trust me, I've been going out of my mind trying to make a video. I just haven't had time. I've been, it's almost Christmas. I got a lot of kids. Life happens. Been hanging out with my girlfriend. She's great. Hi. Hi, babe. Anyways, but I'm here. I'm here now. I'm making this video no matter what. You're not going to stop me from making anything. Squeaky chair, though. Look at this. So if you guys, while I'm talking, hear some kind of squeakiness in the background, yeah, I don't have mice. It's this damn chair. So, hey, feel free to send me some WD-40. My address is, yeah. Anyways, I'm here to talk about myself today. And what I mean about that is, I make a lot of videos about video games, about this, that. I have made videos about some personal stuff, like my best friend passing and stuff like that. I made a video about him. But today I'm here to talk about me. About me, and not just about me, but I'm going to try to answer some questions about me, because I've gotten in the past some questions in the comment section, just like, why do you like video games so much? Why do you make these videos? Why, how'd you get into video games? Are you a collector? Do you collect? Let me start with that question. Am I a collector? No, I'm not a collector. I'm a hoarder. So what happens is, once you start hoarding, you accumulate so many things that you end up with what could be called a collection. So yeah, I cheated. I just started calling myself a collector because, most of the stuff I got is still from my childhood. I just accumulated stuff, never got rid of it, took care of it, so it all still works, so I'm a collector. So yeah, I mean, that's more or less how it went. So yeah, I'm a bona fide collector. That's pretty much what happened, honestly. Why do I do these videos? I do these videos because if you guys have watched my channel, I don't just do video game content. Like I was saying, I do a lot of other things. I do some product reviews. I review stuff. I do some skits. I try to keep it fresh and do a little bit of everything when I can. I don't have, it's just me and my kids usually making these videos. They help me out. They're my little actors. I do my best. So anyways, moving on to the next question. How did I get into video games? I got into video games with the ColecoVision. That was my first video game system. I got it for, I believe, Christmas of this. I can't remember exactly, 84, 85, but it was, it was one of those two. And I remember, the Christmas tree that year when I got down was full of gifts. And 90% of them were Transformers, because of course that's what I was into. I loved Transformers. But way in the back was this bigger box, bigger than everything else. And I remember unwrapping it and just being like, I wasn't blown away. I knew what video games were. I'd seen Atari, but it was just kind of like I didn't get it. And I don't even think I paid attention to it for maybe a day or two after, I was all over my Transformers. But once my dad hooked it up and I started playing it, I played a lot of the Pac-Man clone Ladybug, if you guys have ever heard of that game, and it was awesome. And something else that was awesome particularly about this is the only video game system I own where my dad actually played with me. He loved Ladybug. And he never played any games again after this, after the Coleco. But while I was playing that, he would always play with me. So that, I have good memories from the get-go about this. And, it's good when you start something with those good memories, because you just build from that. There's some good memories I built off the bat with my dad, even though he never went on to play another video game system with me later on. That was unfortunate, but I do savor those initial memories of him playing with me. They're great. But moving on, in the late 90s, I kind of got a little bit away from console gaming and I got into PC gaming a little bit. My game of choice was the Tomb Raider series on PC. I remember the first time I bought that Voodoo card, Voodoo 3, and popped it in, the difference it made. So I do have a love for and appreciation also for PC gaming. Don't get me wrong, I'm not 100% console PC sucks. No, I don't think it's the master race or anything, but at the same time, neither is console gaming. So anyways, late 90s, let's go now to 2001. The original Xbox comes out, and of course you can't say the name back then, Xbox, without saying the word Halo. They went like peanut butter and jelly, baby. Halo and Xbox. That's the reason I got an Xbox. That's the reason I left work one day early at the mall. I worked at the mall at this point, walked my ass over to Sears, picked up that Xbox, picked up that Halo, took it home, and I was blown away. Blown away. Best experience ever, because I know no other experience will compare unless, you know, there's something comes out in the future that is just as the first time I played Halo. And I was on that alien ring and shooting these amazing guns. I mean, it was just, you know, I couldn't believe what I was doing. It was that good. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this is where we are. I remember thinking, how much better can games get? You know, this is... Now we know they gotta love it. So, you know, I stood in line for the 360, got me a 360. I've been into gaming ever since, even down to the Nintendo Switch, where I stood in line for that too, just to make sure I got one. It's one of those things where I enjoy standing in line to get a new console. You're with like-minded people, you make friends. I've made more friends standing in line than I have at work. It's a good experience. And that anticipation is something that's, you know, brings out the kid in you in a way. So for the question of how I got into gaming, I mean, this is the whole truth right here of, I'm not going to say I started, oh, I've been gaming since I was 2. No, but definitely since I was like 7 or something like that. So I definitely have a love for gaming. I feel like I owe gaming some love. It was with me when I didn't have siblings. You know, it was just me. But let's go to the next question. Next question is, so what are you going to do? A lot of people want to know, am I going to keep building up my collection? Is it going to get big? Am I going to sell it one day? All right, here's the honest truth about that. Right now, retro gaming has never been bigger. Most of the stuff I own that, you know, I bought for whatever back in the day is worth 10 times the price now, and it's only going up in price. Why is this happening? I'll tell you why it's happening. Because a lot of these people that grew up just like me playing the NES and all these things are reaching their midlife crisis right now. Not everybody can afford to go out and buy a Corvette and cruise around and be like, oh, I'm getting old. So a lot of these people are going on eBay, going here or there, buying an NES and reliving their childhood, and that's what's driving up the price of retro gaming right now. The way I expand my collection right now is sometimes I go to Goodwill, I look for what I call hidden treasures. You know, there's a lot of things to be had. Sometimes I try to bid on stuff on eBay. You want to get stuff cheap. You don't want to overpay for anything. Trust me, it's not the last one in the world. Most of these things were, they made a lot of these products, a lot of these games. You know, even the rare ones, they're out there. So don't overpay for stuff. That is my first advice. Don't overpay for it. Either get it cheap or wait for the next opportunity. I can't tell you how many times I passed up on something and I was kicking myself. I'm like, why'd you pass up on this? You should have had it. And then, lo and behold, 2 or 3 months later, I come across a better copy and I get it for even cheaper. And then I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't buy that other one. You know, it didn't work out. It's one of those things. Always look at the bright side. Look at the bright side. So, that in a nutshell is how I got, you know, into gaming and how I build up my collection, and stuff like that. Now, I think it's important I mention I don't just collect games and game stuff. I do a lot more. Laserdisc, I have a huge Laserdisc collection. I like collecting rare electronics. The older the better, just rare stuff. And I enjoy it. I can fix electronics, so a lot of times I'll buy broken stuff and fix it myself, or whatever. It's just something I enjoy doing. It's my hobby, so you know, I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon, or I'm gonna change it. My kids enjoy it too, and that's another thing I wanted to touch on. A lot of people are like, well, how do you know, game and you have kids? Like, how does that whole thing work? And that is like one of my favorite questions to answer, because I have a lot of friends who have kids, and you know, I've talked to them about this subject. And for me, especially for me, because I have my kids like 90% of the time, it works out great. Because imagine if you have a hobby like boating or golf or whatever the hell, you know, you got to leave the house to do all these things. You can't always take the kids, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's so nice to have a hobby where you can be home with the kids and at the same time do your thing and, you know, enjoy yourself, and you're right there. So it's almost like you're including them at the same time, and you're doing it as a family, which I believe ultimately brings you together. That's a good aspect of it. My friend recently had a baby, and you know, he's a gamer, and he's right there with his baby, and he's doing what he loves to do, because you know, it's an easy thing. And it's not hell of expensive. You can do it on a budget. You just gotta be smart. There's deals to be had, and you know, it's served me well. It's you know, that's why I make these videos, and I hope you guys learned something. If not about me, you know, learn something else. I don't know. I'm just blabbering on right now. So it's about time to end this video, because otherwise I'm just going to keep talking. So guys, thank you for watching my channel. You keep watching, I'll keep making. It might not all be about video games. It might not all be about whatever, but it's going to be about something. And I promise, I'm going to tell you what. I promise one video a month. I would love to do one a week, but I promise one a month. And if I can, one a week. Or one every 2 weeks. I'll do what I can, guys. I'll do what I can, all right? I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my channel. Bernie out.